चालू कर दिया, चुप रहो, अब चुप रहना। Hello guys. Hello. Yes. Good evening, everyone. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Okay. It's sweating. It's humid and all. Okay. So we'll start our class. So I welcome you all in Let's Crack JEE in English, and this is our second part of straight lines. Okay. So let's wait for everyone. Let everyone come. Whosoever is here, just give me a high five, give me a thumbs up, or just say present. Okay. So let's start our class. So whosoever is attending me the very first time, so I would like to introduce myself. So this is Nishant Khanduja. I graduated and post-graduated from IIT Bombay, and post that I traded in US and Canadian markets for 2 years. My rank was 1256 in IIT, and in AIEEE it was 363, and in Rajasthan pre-engineering test it was All India rank 4. Okay. So why I ended up joining Unacademy? It's a very simple reason. So okay, my reason is very simple. I always wanted to train people, either those who have given up or those who don't have just facilities, or they can't go to coaching institutes. I always wanted to train them, because I am also one of those who didn't go to coaching institutes. So I know how it feels, and how people, those who have not gone to coaching institute, how they want to make a difference, what exactly they go through. So I know everything. So therefore I came here. So I wanted to share my experience, I wanted to share my observations, I wanted to share my process, my thinking, my attitude. So whatever I could just give to these students, those who are there in tier 3, tier 4, or maybe villages. Okay. So that's where this Unacademy came into picture, because I can't go to all these villages, tier 3 and tier 4 cities. So I thought there should be a platform, and this platform should have the reach so that I can connect to these cities and villages. So that's where this Unacademy came into picture. So Unacademy is running India's largest campaign, that is Crack IIT JEE, and if you want to get benefited from this campaign, what you need to do is you just need to do a simple thing. You need to install this Unacademy learning app. You might be having iOS or Android devices. Just install this application, and once you just specify your category of the examination, you get two sort of subscription. One is Plus subscription, another one is Iconic subscription. Now, how these subscriptions are different and what are the benefits you get? See, in Plus subscription, you get daily live classes. These daily live classes are entirely different from YouTube classes. They have different experience. There you see interaction between you and teacher, and you also see quizzes, like offline classroom experience. You also see when you sit in the offline classroom, what do you see? Teacher asks question and people get a chance to solve those questions, and you can, so there it's like KBC sort of thing. So you are just sitting there with the teacher gives you a question. If you know the answer, you just mark it, and teacher sees the answer, and you do not need to say the answer publicly. I know many of us, they are not confident enough, and they feel embarrassed if their answer goes wrong. So don't worry about it. You just need to just answer it. That's it. This is what you need to do. Okay. You also get live tests and quizzes. You also get structured courses, and you also get unlimited access to all the courses, all the recorded videos. If you miss any lecture, any video, not to worry, you just come and see the recorded video, revise it 100 times, 1000 times, whenever, wherever you feel like. Okay. Whereas in Iconic subscription, it gives you additional benefits. So these additional benefits are: you get personal coach, you also get test analysis report, you also get study planner. So all these things make your result better. Now you can say how. The personal coach is like a mentor. So he would guide you, he will tell you that how you should plan. He would just sit with you, he would chat with you. So he would eventually come to know what is your strength and shortcomings. So he is a third party. So he knows, he is just examining you nicely. So he would tell you so what you need to do so that you can improve your score. Same sort of report you get in test analysis. So test analysis is something which gives you a data and how to interpret that data to improve your performance. That is there with test analysis report. And apart from plus benefits, these three benefits are extra here. Sounds good? Okay. So when you go to this application, so you get 6, 12 and 24 months subscription. And you also have 1, 2 and 1, 3 month subscription as well, but I hardly recommend them because first of all, they are very expensive, and as I want to teach people, those who are there in tier 3, tier 4 cities and villages, for them, yes, it's not useful, and trust me, no one would like to spend this much money. So and second is, when you are studying with a teacher, when you connect to a teacher understands you, you understand the teacher. So why don't you have the bond for 2 years, for the entire period of the preparation, so he can deliver a good result with you. So go for 24 months or 2 years package, and this would cost you 2000 rupees, 2333 rupees per month. So that would cost you what, hardly 80 bucks per month, right? Per day. So 80 rupees per day, if you calculate it per subject wise, it turns out to be 27 rupees per day per subject. 27 rupees, really, in this today's era, 27 rupees per day per subject is nothing. So that's why I say always go for this 2 years subscription. And there is a small gift from my end. So this gift is just a simple referral code. If you apply this code NK001, you get 10% off, and your price becomes 50,400 rupees. Similarly, people those who are in 12th or they are dropped out, so for droppers, this package costs them 34,650 rupees after applying my code NK001. Sounds good? Okay, let's move ahead. For Iconic, this package for 2 years cost 86,000. After applying my code, it becomes 77,400 rupees, and this is my code again, NK001. For 1 year, it turns out to be 50,400 rupees after applying my code NK001. Okay, so before starting today's session, I would request all of you to just close your eyes and go for 5 minutes meditation. I want all of you to just stay away from all the distractions, all the pressures, all the competitiveness, all the random thoughts. Just stay away from them. Just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and focus on your breathing. That's it. Just focus there. How you are inhaling, how you are exhaling. That's it. Just focus there at one point, or you can just focus at the tip of your nose where you see the air going out, air coming in. That's it. Okay. So when I say 1, so I want all of you to just inhale, and when I say 2, so I want all of you to exhale. Okay, clear? Okay, let's go. 1, hold your breath. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now when I say 1, so I want all of you to just inhale, and when I say 2, 3, 4, I want all of you to just exhale. That's it. So 1, hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. 1, hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. 1, hold your breath. 2, 3, 4. Now when I say 1, 2, 3, so I want all of you to gradually inhale, and at 4 exhale in one go. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Hold your breath. 4. 1, 2, 3. Hold your breath. 4. Now when I say 1, you inhale and you chant Om. Om. So again inhale. Om. Om. Now just rub your palms and give warmth, a gentle massage to your face, eyes, and gradually open your eyes. Okay, let's start our session. Whosoever has joined me during this meditation, I welcome you to the class. Okay, so let's start where we left yesterday. So we left here. Okay, let's start from this question. Straight lines 3x plus 4y is equal to 5 and 4x minus 3y is equal to 15 intersect at the point A. Points B and C. Good evening, Ikta. Points B and C are chosen on these two lines such that AB is equal to AC. Determine the possible equations of the line BC passing through the point 1, 2. So tell me, how would you solve this question? I'll just draw the diagram for you guys so that you guys can start solving this question. There is one straight line, this, so x-intercept is 5 by 3, 5 by 3. So let's say it is somewhere here and it is 5 by 4 somewhere here. So this is your this line, and we have got another line 15 by 4. So 15 by 4 is, let's say, here, and we have got minus 5. So minus 5 is, let's say, somewhere here. So these are two straight lines and they intersect at, let's say, point A. Points B and C are chosen on these two lines such that AB and AC, let's join them. when you join them, joining them in such a manner that AB is equal to AC. This is equal to this. Then you have to determine the possible equation of line BC passing through point 1, comma 2. Okay. So if you remember, I told you yesterday also that whenever you need to find the equation of a straight line, what do we need? We need a slope, you can say direction, and point. So here, as you can see, the point is given to you already. What we need to find? We just need to find the slope. Now look at the given information. So given information is AB is equal to AC. So this guy has told you indirectly that this angle is equal to this angle. Correct? So what we need to do is, we just need to assume, let's say the slope of this line is M, and we need to calculate the angle between these two lines and these two lines. That's it. When we'll be able to calculate the angle, we can find the equation of straight line. That's it. So I give you guys 30 seconds to solve this question, and if you have any doubt, you can just leave a comment. Okay. Okay, tell me. Okay, so let's assume that this is M. So the angle between this line AB and this third line BC will be what? So we can assume, let's say this angle M minus AB is a slope. So this slope would be minus 3 by 4. So let's say minus 3 by 4, it will become plus. Clear? 1 minus M into 3 by 4 is equal to, so we'll have plus minus. Why? The reason is very simple, because you can have different, see, one line could be this, we can have another line here also, right? So we have all these possible cases. So just to cater both the cases, we have taken plus for one case and minus for the second case. Understood? Okay, shall we move ahead? Okay. So this, so when I'll be taking plus sign, so this would be this AC slope would be here 4 by 3 here, minus M upon 1 plus 4M by 3. Let's solve this. So what do we get? We get 4M plus 3 upon 4 minus 3M is equal to 4 minus 3M upon 3 plus 4M. If you just start solving it, what do we get? We get 9 plus 16M square plus 12, okay, 24, okay, 24M is equal to 16 plus 9M square minus 24M. Let's solve it further. So what do I see? I see 7M square plus 48M, and I get minus 7 is equal to 0. So if I solve it, what do I get? 4M square plus 49M minus what? M minus 7 is equal to 0. So I'll be taking 7M as common, minus 1 here. So when I take 7M common, what do I get? M plus 7 is equal to 0. So two slopes here are M is equal to minus 7, another one is 1 by 7. Now if you take, let's say, minus sign, when you start solving for the minus sign, what do you see? You see that, see, why I'm doing for minus sign is, its reason is very simple. You might get this line also, it could be possible, right? But for this case, when you do that, that way is, let's see, you'll not be able to get any answer. I'll show you how. M plus 3 by 4 is equal to 1 minus 3m by 4 is equal to 4 by 3 minus m upon 1 plus 4m by 3, and minus sign here. So we will have this sort of equation, and minus sign will be here. So when we cross multiply, what do we get? We get 9 plus 16 m square plus 24m will be equal to minus 16 minus 9m square plus 24m. So this 24m will cancel out. So what do we have? We have 25m square plus 25 is equal to 0. M square plus 1, it will be equal to 0. Tell me guys, is it possible? No, this is not possible. So this is not the solution. So we get 2m, and these two straight lines will be passing from 1, 2. So we can get the equation. So one equation here would be y minus 2 1 by 7 is x minus 1. This is first equation. Second equation would be y minus 2 is equal to minus 7 x minus 1. Done. Clear? If you have any doubt, you can just leave a comment. Okay, we will go to our next question. So this is a theory. Okay, concurrency of 3 lines. So what I mean to say is, let's say there are 3 straight lines and they are being represented by these 3 different equations. So let's say a1x plus b1y plus c1, and another one is a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Third line is a3x plus b3y plus c3 is equal to 0. Now, if you want to solve these 3 equations simultaneously, the solution for these 3 equations would come this point. Correct? So now, if you want to solve these 3 equations, you can solve these 2 first and satisfy whatever the intersection point you get. You can just satisfy that point here. If that point satisfies this equation also, that means that all these 3 lines are concurrent. So this is one basic way. Now this very same method are being used with the help of determinant. We can write the concurrency test like this: a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 c2 a3 b3 and c3, and the value for this determinant turns out to be 0. So this is your concurrency test. Understood? And if you just want to see the derivation is very simple. So it's like solution of these 2 will be satisfying this. That's it. And this value, the condition you'll get, that condition will be equal to this determinant only. Okay, so let's move ahead. We have another theoretical point, that is our perpendicular distance from a point. So let's say there is a given point x1 comma y1, and let's say this is your straight line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Now you want to calculate the perpendicular distance of this straight line from this point. So tell me, how would you be solving this question? So one way you can do that, since you know the slope of this line, so you can know the perpendicular line slope, and you can find out the equation of line which is passing from this point and perpendicular to this given line, and then you can find the intersection point. And once you know the intersection point, then you can use distance formula and you get the answer. Okay. So just look at your approach, one approach. So this approach, as you see, this approach is very lengthy approach. Reason, I'll tell you why. Okay, the steps. So step number 1 is, first your perpendicular slope. Then your second would be finding the equation of finding the perpendicular equation. Okay, then you have got intersection point, then you have to use the distance formula, and then you'll get the answer. So 4 steps. Now I'll tell you one thing. Instead of using all these things, you can directly use a parametric form, and parametric form would give you the answer in lesser time, in lesser steps. Okay, so let's say, just assume, let's say the r is the length of the perpendicular from here to here. We know the slope of this line, so it will be very easy for finding out the slope of this perpendicular, right? So what I mean to say is, let's say the slope for this line is what? Minus a by b, correct? So here the slope would be what? Tan of phi will be what? B upon a, correct? So let's write down the parametric equation. X minus x1 upon cos of theta. So cos of theta would be a upon square root a square plus b square, correct? Y minus y1 upon b upon square root a square plus b square, and this is equal to what? R. So R is what? Perpendicular distance, correct? Now I'll find out the foot of the perpendicular. So this point's coordinates would be what? Ra upon square root a square plus b square plus x1. Similarly, y will be what? Y1 plus rb square root a square plus b square. Clear? Now this point satisfies this equation, this straight line, given lines equation. Fine. So when you do that, what do you see? You see that it becomes a times x1 plus ar upon a square b square plus b times y1 plus rb upon a square plus b square plus c1 is plus c is equal to 0. Now you solve it. What do you see? You see ax1 plus by1 plus c here, and you also see this thing a b. So you see a square, you also see here b square, and r is common upon a square plus b square is equal to 0. Now your r is what? ax1 plus by1 plus c upon square root a square b square, because see, this will cancel out. So in numerator you will have root a square plus b square. Now this is what? Negative of this. So this, as we know that this r cannot be negative, correct? If you are getting already, let's say, this number as positive, it's well and good. But if you are getting, let's say, negative, so it's our duty, because it's a length, it's our duty to show it as positive, because length cannot be negative. So we have to put mod sign. Okay, so we'll put mod sign here, and this is your length of the perpendicular, and that's the formula you see in your books as well. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can just leave a comment. Okay, no one is around. Let's move ahead. Our next question. So you have to find the distance between two parallel lines. So let's say you have got one line y is equal to mx plus c1, another one is, let's say, y is equal to mx plus c2. Since they are parallel, so that's why I have taken their slopes same. Now just assume you have got a given point here. When you know a given point, so what you can do is you can just draw a perpendicular on both the lines. Now from this point, you know the perpendicular distance for this line. You also know the perpendicular distance of this line. So what you can do, you can just calculate the perpendicular distance of second line, and you can subtract the first line's distance, correct? So what will be the answer? So answer will be what? So if you want to calculate, let's say, the perpendicular distance of second line, so that will be, so perpendicular distance for second line, this will be what? mx1 minus y1, clear, plus c2 upon under root 1 plus m square, clear. Similarly, perpendicular distance for one line will be mx1 minus y1 plus c1 upon root 1 plus m square. Here, now the distance between parallel line will be what? This will be mod c2 minus c1 upon root 1 plus m square. It done. The question is done. Got it? Or just imagine if instead of this intercept slope form, they have given you in a different manner. So I would request you to convert this into slope form. That would be an easier approach for you guys. Okay, let's move ahead. Position of points relative to a line. Okay, so I really enjoy this thing. Reason being because I have seen this topic in many books, and I have seen that they make it very complicated and it becomes very difficult for students to understand the conditions, whether the point is above the line or below the line. So what I have done is I have just came up with my own theory, or I would say own process to find out the position of points, whether it will be above the line or below the line. So for that, what I do is, let's say there is a point which is given to you. So let's say this is a random point x1 and y1. Now let's do one thing. Let's find out your straight line, and let's say this straight line is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Now the very first thing I'll do is I'll write the equation of straight line like this: y is equal to minus c minus ax upon b. I'll make you understand why I do that. So see, now what I do is at the given x1, at the given x1, I try to calculate the value of y on the straight line. So let's say if I get this value, so let's say at y1, at y at x is equal to x1, I got, let's say, this value. Now if this value is more than the given y1, what does that mean? See, this point will be, that means this point will be somewhere here. That's why the value of y at straight line, that is turning out to be more. That's why this point will be below. Clear? So if this thing is more than y1, the given y1, that means the point is below the line. If so, this point is below the line, and if the very same thing is what, lesser than y1, the given y1, that means that point is above the line. That's why for the same x1 we are getting lesser y value. Understood? So this is for the and this point is above the line. Understood? Very simple case. And when you get same, so that means this point is on the line. That is fine. On the line. Understood? I hope everything is clear to you guys. And I really love that, because this approach is very simple, easy to understand, and easy to implement also. I have not seen anyone committing mistake in this approach, because it's a very simple approach. Okay guys, let's move ahead. Oh, we have got another question. So question is, if the area of the rhombus enclosed by the lines Lx plus minus my plus minus n is equal to 0, that area is 2 square units, then we have to comment on L and M. So what sort of relationship they'll be sharing. So the very first given information is we have been given 4 lines. So one line is Lx plus my plus n is equal to 0. Another line is Lx minus my minus n is equal to 0. Then we have got another line Lx minus my plus n is equal to 0. And one more line Lx minus Lx plus my minus n is equal to 0. Okay. Now, as you can see clearly that this and this, the first and fourth line, they are parallel. This and this line, second and third, and they are parallel. Here. So you can just draw them on your coordinate system and you can just calculate your, or you can find out the relationship between L, N and M. Your time starts now. If you have any doubt, you can just leave a comment. I'm sorry guys, it's sweating a lot today. It's humid. If you have any doubt, you're free to ask. Okay, so I'll tell you what happens now. So in this question, let's draw the line first. So this line, Lx plus my is equal to minus n. So minus n by L and minus n by m. So that means in third quadrant, let's say this sort of line. So this will be 0 minus n by m, and this will be what? Minus n by L comma 0. Similarly, this sort of line, same parallel line here. So here we'll have what? N by L comma 0, and this will be what? 0 comma n by m. And we'll have this line and this is here. Now area of any quadrilateral is what? The area is what? Your base into your height. See here, what is the base here? So you can easily calculate using what? Using your distance formula. So base will be what? N square upon L square plus n square by m square. Clear? What is the height? Height is basically the difference between two parallel lines. So distance between two parallel lines is what here? You can easily calculate. That's not a big issue. You can just go back and see the formula as well, which I have just shared with you guys. This. So this will be what? So you can easily calculate that. You can just convert this into, as I told you in the beginning, you can just simply convert this into slope form. So if you want to convert this into, let's say this line, let's convert this into slope form. When we convert this into a slope form, so you get Lx minus, I'll do it once again here. So it will be Lx minus n is equal to my. So y, and this m would be here and m would be here. Clear? So this is your one, and another line would be what? L by minus n. Sorry. Lx by m plus n by m is equal to y. Here, so see here, so c to minus, so n by m minus, so it will become plus n by m square root your 1 plus m square. So your 1 plus your slope is what? L square by m square here, and this is equal to what? This is equal to 2, correct? So let's solve it. So I can take n square common, so I'll have only n here. I'll have m square L square upon L square into m square here. From here also I can take n common, so it will become n square. Clear? So it is what? Twice of n by m, correct? So I have taken twice of n common, so this n is here, 2 will cancel out, so I'll have this m remaining. Understood? If you have any doubt, you're free to ask. and when I'll be solving this, I'll have m square plus l square, and m will come out. So m square, when it will come out, it will be m only. That will also cancel out. So I have this. So this and this is also cancelled out. So what is remaining here? N square is equal to square root of l square m square. So that will be ml. If I look at this, what do I see? That clearly says that L, N and M, they are in GP. So here the correct answer would be what? Option C. That's it. Got it? It was a very easy question. It requires you to just be mentally prepared. But otherwise, this is a very easy question. That's it. Let's move ahead and solve our next question. Distance of origin from the line 1 plus root 3y plus 1 minus root 3x is equal to 10 along the line y is equal to root 3x. Root 3x, I'll just, root 3 is still here only, root 3x plus k is. Okay, so tell me guys, how would you solve this? So I'll just make you understand what exactly this guy is saying. This says there's this line, and let's say this line is this, and this is so we have to calculate the distance of this line from the origin. There is another line, y is equal to root 3x plus k. So let's say this sort of line. So along this line, we have to calculate the distance from origin. This sort of thing. It's not perpendicular, but this sort of. Now tell me guys, how would you solve this question? So I know, because since I have shared this question with many students, I have seen how exactly they approach. So I have seen one of the students, I would say many of the students doing this. Since the given line, this y is equal to root 3x plus k, this is parallel to this line which is passing from the origin. So they write down the equation of this straight line is what? Y is equal to root 3x, because it is passing from the origin. And so any point here would be what? X comma root 3x. Then they try to satisfy this point here and try to calculate the value of x and y, and then they use the distance formula. This is they do, and that's again a correct approach. There is no harm. But when I solve it, I'll tell you why I try to solve that way, in parametric form. Reason being is because when you start solving in parametric form, you get two sort of information and it becomes easier also. You do not need to apply distance formula separately. The reason is very simple, because once you get the points, then you use points to find the distance. Use distance formula. But in my approach, you directly get the distance, because in parametric form I have shared this with you, the importance of r. So let's use parametric once again. So this root 3x, that means the angle with the x-axis is 60, correct? So my x minus 0 upon cos of 60 is what? 1 by 2. Y minus 0 sine 60 is what? Root 3 by 2 is equal to what? R. Here. So my x will be what? R by 2. And my y will be what? Root 3 by 2 r. Clear? Now these 2 points are there on this line. So let's put them here. 1 plus root 3 r by 2. 1 minus root 3 r by 2 is equal to 10. Let's solve it. So what do I get? R by 2. So root 3 r by 2 plus root 3 r by 2 minus 3 r by 2 is equal to 10. Here, any doubt? If anyone has any doubt, you're free to ask. Clear? Okay. So when you do that, wait a minute, just give me a second. This is r by 2, this is root 3, and when I put it here, sorry, see, I made a mistake. Here we have y and here we have x. So this will be what? Root 3r, and this will be what? R by 2. When you do that, what do you see? Root 3r by 2. Then you get here 3r by 2, and from here you get r by 2 minus root 3r by 2. So minus root 3r by 2 and this, they get cancelled out. So finally what do we have? We have twice of r is equal to 10. So what do you get? R is equal to 5. So the correct answer here would be D. So as you can see, in this process only one step is here. Whereas in the other approach, you find out the first your foot or maybe intersection point. When you find the intersection point, then you use the distance formula. So that's a two-step process. Whereas here in this approach, you only use one step. So that's the benefit of this approach. So whenever you need to find the length from a point to a straight line or along a line or something else, better you use this parametric form. Get it? Let's move ahead. Okay, so in this question, the question says P is a point on the line y plus 2x is equal to 1, and Q and R are 2 points on the line 3y plus 6x plus 6, such that triangle PQR is an equilateral triangle. Then we have to find the length of the side of the triangle. Okay, so I'll just elaborate the question and I'll make the diagram for you guys so that you'll understand the question, exactly what it is saying. So the given information is there is this line. So here it is 1 by 2 comma 0, and this is 1. So y-intercept 1. So we have this sort of straight line. Under the line is what? Let's say if you divide by 6, so what do you get? You get y by 2 plus x1 is equal to 1. Okay, so you have x-intercept is what? 1, and y-intercept is, so this is your 0 comma 1, and here it's a 2, 1 and 2. Or in the other language, if you see, what do you see? If you take 3 common, so it becomes what? Y plus twice of x is equal to 2. What do you think? Both the lines are parallel to each other, right? These two lines are, look at these two lines. One line is y plus 2x is equal to 1, another line is y plus 2x is equal to 2. Clear? Is everything clear to you guys? Okay, so now let's use this thing, that these two lines are parallel lines, for us to find the area of an equilateral triangle. So in equilateral triangle, what's the beauty? See, in equilateral triangle, if you see, let's say I'm drawing two parallel lines like this. Any equilateral triangle would look like this. Okay, so whenever from the vertex we draw perpendicular here, so this triangle will be like this, and this will be what? 60 degree, correct? When you know the perpendicular distance, you can easily calculate the hypotenuse. Yes or no? Right? And here perpendicular distance is known to us. Luckily, how? Distance between two parallel lines. So let's use that. So I have written both the lines in slope form. So this line is what? Y is equal to minus 2x plus 1. This one is what? Y is equal to minus 2x plus 2. So the distance would be what? 2 minus 1 upon 1 plus m square. M square is what? 4. So this is what? 1 by root of 5. Clear? So this is the distance, 1 upon root 5. Now we know the perpendicular distance, right? So perpendicular, you can use sine theta. So sine theta, here theta is what? 60. So sine of 60, which is what? Root 3 by 2, is equal to your perpendicular, which is what? 1 by root 5 into hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is what? Side of an equilateral triangle. So let's say A. So A will be what? A is 2 upon root of 15. Do we have any option like this? We actually don't have any option like this. We have, then we'll mark none. I guess they must have committed a mistake. It must be 2 by root 15. So if you want, I'll just check it for you guys, whether it's 2 by root 5 or 2 by root 15. Wait a minute. I'll check it for you guys. Because sometimes it happens. Day before yesterday also, in one of the question, they marked the different answer in the book, but the answer was something else. Okay. Just give me a moment, guys. Just give me a moment. Because I see a lot of confusion in students also when they see different answers, what is given in the book. Okay. So again, as I told you, see, there are many problems in the book. So they have not marked the right answer. So in book also, what they have written is they have written the length is yes, they have written 1 by root 5 into cosec 60. Now what is the value of cosec 60? It's 2 by root 3. 2 by root 3 into 1 by root 5 is what? 2 by root 15. And they have marked this as correct option. So yes, in books there are many questions wrong, so just don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. If you feel if you're not confident about your process, so you can just reconfirm the process with me so that you get this surety. Okay, let's move ahead and let's solve another question. This question is what? If the lines ax plus y plus 1 is equal to 0, okay, and we have got another line x plus by plus 1 is equal to 0, and we have got another line x plus y plus c is equal to 0. Now all these a, b and c are distinct, they are not same, okay, and they are different from 1, they are not equal to 1 as well, okay, and all these three lines are concurrent, that means they are passing from one point, so they have one intersection point. Then we have to answer what will be 1 upon 1 minus a plus 1 upon 1 minus b plus 1 upon 1 minus c. And you have been given 4 options, and I give you guys again 45 seconds to solve this question. So if you have any doubt, you can just ask me. So there is I would like to share one more information with you guys. There is one more question which we solved earlier. Luckily the answer for that question is wrong in the book, and I'm talking about Cengage. So we did solve that question here, and the solution what we did, that is absolutely correct. What is given in the book, that is wrong. They have assumed something which is not true. So if at all you see any sort of contradiction between the questions, between the answers, you are always free and cross check with me. Okay, let's solve this question. I have given you guys 45 minutes, 45 seconds. You're always free to ask. Okay guys, any doubts? Okay, so let's solve this question. So in this question, if you see, we can directly use concurrency test. What was that? A 1 1, then we have 1, B 1, we have got 1 1, and C is equal to 0. Now see, you can directly start solving this determinant, but I'll tell you, see, this is again my experience, because when I solve questions, so I have made many observations. When I start solving this question directly, the determinant, what do I see? A, B, C minus 1, then minus 1, then I have got C minus 1, then again I have got what? For this 1 minus B is equal to 0. Now see, if you try to solve this question, what do you see? The term A minus C, so it becomes very difficult for you to find term A minus C. The other term 1 minus B, 1 minus C, they are there. Now how would you find the term 1 minus A? Tell me. Right? It becomes difficult. So what do I do for these sort of questions whenever determinant is involved and I have to get specific terms? So from my end, I try to make those sort of terms in the determinant itself, and luckily with this determinant it's very easy. Let's say if I do one operation, so let's say your row, let's say row number 1 can be written as row 1 minus row 2, so it would become what? A minus 1, then 1 minus B 0, and then 1 B 1 1 1 C. Okay, so see, I have got A minus 1, A minus B. Now I need to know 1 minus C as well, so let's apply one more operation. So this operation, let's say R2 can be written as R2 minus R3. So when you do that, what do you get? A minus 1, 1 minus B 0, then 0, B minus 1, B minus 1, and what else? 1 minus C, then C 1. Clear? It's easy. I hope it's very easy for you guys now. Now we have got all these three terms, so let's solve it. When you start solving it, you see things, they become very easy for you. Okay, so you can start solving them and see. One could be this. Okay, fine, let's solve it. So it becomes what? A minus 1, then we have got B minus 1 into C, then minus 1 minus C, then we have got this 1 minus B, 1 minus B, and 1 minus B, so basically it will be 0 0 minus 1 minus C. If you have any doubt, you are free to ask. Okay, then final term will be 0 is equal to 0. Clear? Now let's solve it further. So what do I get? I'll take minus common from here, so I'll get exactly the terms which are there in the term whose value needs to be found out. So A minus B and 1 minus B into C minus, it will become plus because I have taken minus common from here, so 1 minus A, then 1 minus C, minus, so this minus and this minus will become plus, so I'll have 1 minus B into 1 minus C is equal to 0. Now just see this thing, it's a very good thing. Now what is the good thing about this thing is, if I divide these three terms by 1 minus A, 1 minus B and 1 minus C, so what do I get? So I'm dividing by 1 minus A, 1 minus B and 1 minus C, dividing by this. So what do I get? I get this C upon 1 minus C plus 1 upon 1 minus b plus 1 upon 1 minus a is equal to 0. So this is what I got. So now just see, these two terms are the same what are required. This term is different. So is it possible that we can convert this term into this? Yes, we can. How? Let's say in numerator I add 1 and subtract by 1. Okay, so shall we do that? Okay, so let's do it and see what exactly we get. So when we do that, so I'm just writing it here. So it becomes 1 minus plus 1 plus c upon 1 minus c plus 1 upon 1 minus b plus 1 upon 1 minus a is equal to 0. So I'll just join these two. When I join these two, I get what? Minus 1 here. So 1 upon 1 minus a plus 1 upon 1 minus b. Now I'm just joining these two. So I get minus 1 plus 1 upon 1 minus c is equal to 0. Now this 1 will come here, and finally we'll get 1 upon 1 minus a, 1 upon 1 minus b, and 1 upon 1 minus c on the left hand side. So and these three terms will be equal to what? 1. So the correct option here would be B. Got it? So it's just I say it's a mathematical manipulation, but again, manipulation, all these manipulations, they are always directed by what is need to be found. If you know that, if you know the goal, you try to transform that expression into the required term. Okay, got it? I hope yes, everything is clear. We can move to our next question. Okay, a straight line L through the point 3, minus 2 is inclined at an angle 60 degree to the line root 3x plus y is equal to 1. Okay, if L also intersects the x-axis, then the equation of L is, okay. So let's see what is asked and what all information is being given to you. So one by one. So it is given that this is straight line L passes through the point this. So they have given you the point. Clear? And this line, now we have to find the slope. Now what is the condition to find the slope? Is inclined at an angle 60 degree to the line. Okay, so there is a line, and this line is what? If I want to draw it, making a 60 degree angle with the x-axis and going like this. Clear? Any doubt? No. Okay, intercept 1, so 0, 1, and it is like this. Now we have got another line, which is the line L, which is passing from this 3, minus 2 and inclined at an angle 60 degree to the line. Okay, so we might have a line like this, and we might have a line like this. Not necessarily that it would be here. Okay, it's just I am drawing it. So let's say the line slope is what? M, and it is making 60 degree angle. So the angle between these two lines would be what? 60. Tan 60 is what? Let's say the slope of this line is M. M minus the slope is what for this line is? The slope here is what? Sorry. My bad. So this line is what? Root 3x. So actually this will be like this. The slope will be what? So slope here would be negative slope. So it will be y is equal to minus root 3x plus 1. I just drew it wrong. It will be like this, 120 degree. Okay, so one line could be like this, another could be somewhat like this. Okay, so this would not be the line. Let's say, let's not take it this line for a while. Okay, so let's say this is M. So M plus root 3 upon 1 minus root 3 M mod. Okay, now you can open with plus and minus sign. Let's say we'll use first plus sign. So root 3 into 1 minus root 3 M is equal to M plus root 3. So this will be what? Root 3 minus 3M is equal to M plus root 3. So root 3 will cancel out. So my M will be equal to 0. So this is when I take plus. When I take negative thing, so I have root 3 into root 3M minus 1. So I have taken a minus sign into consideration here, and then I'll have M plus root 3 This will become 3m minus root 3 is equal to m plus root 3. So this is what? Twice of m. Twice of m. 2 of root 3. So what do I get? I get m is equal to root 3. So that means slope is root 3 here. So the equation of line would be what? Y minus, passing from this point, y1 slope is root 3 and x minus 3. My bad. This is x minus 3 and this will be y plus 2. When I solve it, what do I see? Root 3x minus 3 root 3 minus y and minus 2 is equal to 0. So this is one line, and let's talk about the another line. Okay, so when you put y is equal to 0, so what sort of line you see? When y is equal to 0, so you'll have y plus 2 is equal to 0. Now tell me guys one thing. There is a line like this. Okay, there is a line like this which is making 120-degree angle, and it is y is equal to what? Minus 2. So that means what? That means this is parallel to the x-axis. Okay, when it is parallel to the x-axis, do you think that this straight line through the point is inclined at an angle 60 to the line? This, if L also intersects the x-axis, it says this L also intersects the x-axis. But for this case, when y is equal to minus 2, this line will never be cutting the x-axis. It is not satisfying the given condition. So this line cannot be possible. So that means m is equal to 0. This case is also not possible. The reason is very simple, because it is not cutting the x-axis. This line is y is equal to minus 2. This is parallel to the x-axis. Clear? So this would be the equation of the line. Clear? Hi Sunil Seni. Hi. If you have any doubts, Sunil, you can just ask. It's okay, you came late, but you can still be a part of our class. You just go through this question. Okay, let's move to our next question. So our next question is, determine all the values of alpha for which the point alpha comma alpha square lies inside the triangle formed by the lines. So 3 lines have been given to you, and you have to tell the value of alpha in such a manner that this point lies between, or you can say inside the triangle. It is not going beyond or at the triangle. Let's make it very clear. It is inside, not on the triangle. Okay. So let's first draw these lines. So when I draw these lines, I think it will be easier for you to just start solving this question. So this is what 2x plus 3y is equal to 1. When I draw it, so my x-intercept here would be 1 by 2 comma 0, and this is what? 0 comma 1 by 3. So if I draw, my one line would be like this. Okay, here if I draw this line, so here x-intercept is what? 3. So let's say here 3 comma 0, and my y-intercept is what? 3 by 2. So this is 1 by 3. So let's say somewhere here. So 0 comma 3 by 2. So if I draw this line, so this would, so what I'll do is I'll just extend this line a bit so that you can see the intersection, or I'll just reduce this point here. 0 comma 3 by 2 is here. Like this. Sorry for the drawing, because it becomes difficult to draw here. Okay, 5x minus 6y is equal to 1. So as you can see, the x-intercept here is what? 1 by 5. 1 by 5 will be somewhere here. And your y-intercept is what? Minus 1 by 6. So let's say somewhere here. So like this sort of line. 5x minus 6y is equal to 1. Clear? Now, when this sort of triangle we have got, now this thing says that this point alpha upon alpha comma alpha square, it should lie inside the circle or inside the triangle. So let's do one thing. So it is what? It is like it would give you three sort of inequalities. Why? Because for each line, if you see the position of this point, for let's say two lines, you would see it is above these lines, and for one line you would see it is below the line. Okay, so let's do that. Let's try to find out the inequalities for each line. Let's take the very first line. So as you can see, this point, this alpha comma alpha square, this needs to be above the first line. Now what is the first line here? This twice of x plus 3y is equal to 1. So if you remember, I told you one thing. You calculate the y. So y will be what? 1 minus twice of x by 3. So this y at alpha, the value will be what? Lesser than. So y will be lesser than alpha square. 1 minus twice of alpha. So this is the value at this line at alpha point, at x is equal to alpha point. So this value needs to be lesser than alpha square. Then only this point will be above the line. Here, understood? Let's use this inequality. So thrice of alpha square plus twice of alpha, and then minus 1 will be what? Greater than 0. Let's solve this. So 3 alpha square plus 3 alpha minus 1 will be greater or equal to 0. So I'll get what? 3 alpha minus 1, and then I'll have what? Alpha plus 1 greater or equal to 0. So on. Okay, so this is, let's say, one inequality. If you want to write down the solution we'll write later on for all these three inequalities. Let's solve them one by one. Now let's check for this line, this third line. What is this third line? 5x minus 6y minus 1. So for this line, your y will be what? 5x minus 1 upon 6. So now for this, for at any alpha, this point needs to be below this line. What does that mean? So this, the value of this y at alpha needs to be more than alpha square. Clear? So if I solve it, what do I get? 5 alpha minus 1 more than 6 alpha square. 6 alpha square minus 5 of alpha plus 1 should be lesser than 0. What does that mean? That means 6 alpha square minus twice of alpha minus twice of alpha plus 1 lesser than 0. So 3 alpha I took common, and I have taken minus as common as well. Okay. So 3 alpha when I take, so twice of alpha minus 1. So this is my second inequality. Clear? Let's talk about the third inequality. So for this third inequality, what does it say? It says that again, your point should be above the line. So at any alpha, the y will be here what? Y will be 3 minus x by 2. Clear? So this y will be lesser than alpha square. Clear? So 3 minus alpha by 2, this should be lesser than alpha square. So if I solve it, what do I get? Twice of alpha square plus alpha minus 3 should be greater than 0. Let's solve this. So this is 6. So 2 alpha square plus thrice of alpha minus twice of alpha minus 3 should be greater than 0. So alpha, if I take alpha common, minus 1 from here. So what do I get? Twice of alpha plus 3 greater than 0. So I've got three inequalities. So we have to take the common solution from all these three inequalities for that alpha, because that alpha is satisfying or being the part of the solution set of all these three inequalities. And then we'll find the required point. Clear? So let's draw a real number line. And I'll be using different colors for these three solutions. So for 1, what do I get? Minus 1 and 1 by 3. It is okay. So that means for 1, we get open bracket this solution. I'll use different color for my second solution, second set of solution. Okay, so 1 by 3. Okay, so it is 1 by 3 to 1 by 2. Okay, so I'll draw alpha is 1 by 2. So alpha is 1 by 2, let's say somewhere here. and starting from 1 by 3. Okay, so 1 by 3 here, and it is between. Okay, so that means this and this area. Okay, so this is the area. Let's talk about the third. So for third, let's say I'll use blue color. So alpha is equal to 1. So alpha is equal to 1, let's say here, and minus 3 by 2. Okay, minus 3 by 2 would be here. So the solution for this third set is like this. It is like this, and alpha more than 1. Okay. Oh, as you can see that there would be no such point which will be a part of the solution. You see that there is no point like this. So that means what? So that means there is, so alpha will be what? Your none set. Clear? I hope your question is clear. It just we found the inequalities, and if you see any mistake, we can just cross check once again. It is okay, so 1 minus. Okay, so for this first, your y will be more. So y, okay, so alpha square will be more because it's above the line. So 1 upon 1 minus twice of x by 3, correct. So this is below this. Okay, so thrice of alpha square plus 2 of alpha minus 1. Okay, so subtraction. Okay, correct. So I have taken alpha common. So thrice of alpha I have taken common. So when I take thrice of alpha common, okay, there is a mistake, small mistake. See, I got the mistake. So 3 of alpha, when I take 3 of alpha common, so what do we get? Alpha plus 1, correct? And I have taken minus 1 common from here. Oh no, it's absolutely right, it's correct. Okay, then for this also, 6 of alpha square minus 5 of alpha plus 1, minus 3 alpha. Okay, so I have taken 3 alpha as common, so it becomes 2 of alpha minus 1. So 2 of alpha minus 1. Okay, remaining minus 1 common from it, so minus 1 by 3 and 1 by 2, correct. So this is also correct. Let's check for this as well. Alpha minus 1, and this should be above. Okay, so we get what? T minus x by 2, correct. So this should be lesser than the alpha square. So we got twice of alpha square plus alpha minus 3, so minus 6. So for minus 6, yes, 3 of alpha minus 2 of alpha, correct. So we have taken alpha common. When we take alpha 1, 2 alpha plus 3, correct. Then we get minus 1 common from there. So perfect. Alpha beyond 1 and alpha lesser than minus 3 by 2. Okay, it comes here. So as you can see, there is no common area, so alpha will be null. So I'll just cross check the answer with you guys, what's there in the book also. Just give me a moment, I'll cross check. I'll cross check it for you guys. Okay, so they have given 3 alpha square plus twice of alpha minus 1 greater than 0, 1 inequality. Yes, absolutely right, this is the correct inequality. And for second one, twice of alpha square plus alpha minus 3 should be lesser than 0. This is what they have given. Okay, just let's wait for this question. I guess we have certainly committed a mistake. Okay, wait, then we have got another 6 alpha square minus 5 of alpha plus 1, 6 alpha square minus 5 alpha plus 1 should be greater than 0. Again, there are 2 mistakes, so let's check them. What are these mistakes here? So this is the very first line. So why I have written this like this, and for this also my y will be 5x minus 1 by 6, whatever alpha I'll get below that. My alpha square should be more. So this is my this line, so alpha square should be more. Okay, so see, this is the mistake I have committed here. So I guess I said it correctly, but I applied it in a wrong manner. See, 5 alpha minus 6, so this is the value at any alpha. So this value should be lesser than your, this value should be lesser than alpha square, correct? I'll just rub it up. So this is the mistake we have committed. So that's my mistake. Sorry guys. I guess I said it correctly, but I have drawn it wrong. Hello Adya. Okay. So hello Adya. Okay. So this is obviously, this y will be lesser than alpha square. When you solve this, what do you see? You see 6 of alpha square minus 5 of alpha plus 1 greater or equal to 0. When you solve this, what do you get? You get 6 alpha square minus thrice of alpha minus twice of alpha plus 1 greater than 0. So this will be, if you take thrice of alpha common and minus 1 from here, so what do you get? 3 alpha minus 1, and from here you get twice of alpha minus 1 greater or equal to 0. So this is your solution for this. Now let's check for this second line. So for second line, what is our second line? Oh, I got it. So basically what happened with me is instead of second line, I considered third line, and that's why this mistake happened. So let's check for the third, this was our third line. Okay. Now let's check for this second line. Now this second line is what? This is the second line passing from 3, 0. So everything is below that. So whatever the value of y we are calculating here, whatever the value of y we are calculating here, it is more than your alpha square. Okay, so when it is more than alpha square, so this would be your inequality. Clear? Got it? Okay, now let's draw our real number line and see our solution. So for first, it is what? Alpha minus 1 and 1 by 3. So the solution set is beyond this. Clear? Now for second one, let's use red color. So second one says starting from 1 by 3 and 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 would be here. So from 1 by 2 it will go beyond this, and from 1 by 3 it will go till minus infinity. Clear? Okay. Now I'll use green color for my third solution set. The third solution set, it is alpha is equal to 1. Okay. And minus 3 by 2. So minus 3 by 2 comes, let's say, here. This is between this. Okay. Now tell me guys, where you see the common area. See, I see the common area. I say here green, blue and red. All three of them are here. So this is one of the solution set. So starting from minus 3 by 2 to minus 1 union. And here also I see all three colors, green, red and this is starting from 1 by 2 to 1. So this is our solution set. Here, I hope you got the question. It's just, I'll tell you the mistake what happened. So I consider this as a second line and this as a third line. Oh, sorry, this as second line and this as third line. Eventually my inequality sign changed here. It became more and it became less. That's it. Okay. Clear? So let's go to our next question. So a straight line L through the origin meets the line. Okay, so a straight line L through the origin meets the line x plus y is equal to 1. Origin meets the line x plus y is equal to 1 and x plus y is equal to 3. Okay, oh, so these are two parallel lines at P and Q. Okay, so I'll just draw these lines. This is x plus y is equal to 1 and this is your x plus y is equal to 3. So this is my another line. Clear? P and Q respectively. Okay, so I'll just assume that this line, let's say y is equal to any mx, like this. So P and Q. Now through P and Q, two straight lines L1 and L2 are drawn parallel to 2x minus y is equal to 5. So that means 2x minus 5 is equal to y. So slope 2. So slope 2 passing from P. So slope 2 passing from P. So let's say there is this sort of line. So I'll just use different color here. Draw line L1. So like this. So this is my L1. And from Q, L2 line is drawn and the slope for this line is what? Y is equal to minus 3x plus 5. So that means from Q, minus 3 slope, that means like this. This sort of line. Okay. So these two lines P and Q, so this is your L2 line. Intersect at R. Okay, fine. So this point is, let's say, R. Now the question is, show that the locus of R as L varies. Okay, as L varies, that means this line. This is your L line. L will be varying. It will be dependent upon M. So the moment you see M is your slope is varying, L varies, it is a straight line. Okay, so you have to prove it's a straight line. Adya got the answer and it is x minus 3y plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, Adya. So Adya, there's a small request. So can you please explain, so how did you get this answer? Don't put the solution. It just, you can just put your approach, how you approach this question. That's it. Okay. Meanwhile, we all will start solving this question. Correct? So if you remember, whenever we have spoken about how to find the locus, how we approach the question, we give this point as h comma k. Here, when we give this point as h comma k, you can just write down your approach. That's it. The way you have solved this question, the way you have got the answer, you can just put the approach. That's it. You don't require the solution. So h comma k, this is the locus of R. Okay, so for R we'll give it is as h comma k. Clear? Now this point is the intersection of L1 and L2. Clear? So let's do one thing. Why don't we find out the equation of L1 and L2? If we find out the equation of L1 and L2 in terms of h and k, okay, so we can find the intersection of P and Q, right? So let's do that. So equation of L1 will be what? So L1 will be, or what we can do is we can do another approach also. Why can't we find the equation of L1? Because we know it passes from M, passes from P, and we know the slope. So if you assume that, let's say this, so I'm using, let's say, approach number 2 here. So I know that this line's equation will be what? Y is equal to mx. Here. So if this equation is what? Y is equal to mx. What do you mean by what I mean by the approach is, how did you proceed to this question? That's it. How did you proceed to this answer? That's it. So this is what you need to explain. What all things you did, what all things you calculated, and why did you calculate those things? That's it. This is what we need to know. We do not need to know your steps. We just want to know. So any line through the origin is y is equal to mx, correct? Meets the given line in points. For finding the locus of their point of intersection, I eliminated the variable m between their equations. Okay, Perfect. So this is the approach number 2 which I am talking about. Very good. Very good, Adya. So this is y is equal to mx. So y is equal to mx at this line because it is intersecting. So the point will be what? X is what? X plus mx plus 1. So your x will be what? Here x will be 1 upon 1 plus m, and your y will be m upon 1 plus, this is 1 plus m, correct? So this is first. So this is your p point. So passing from p, so L1's equation will be what? Y minus y1 m upon 1 plus m into your slope. Now this L1 is parallel to what? This line. The slope here, as you can clearly see, this will be 2. So twice of x minus 1 upon 1 plus m. So this is my line's equation. So I'll write it like this: y is equal to twice of x minus twice of 1 plus m plus m upon 1 plus m. Why I'm writing in this manner? Because I know, because I have to find L1 L2's intersection. So that will be very helpful for me to find that h and k. Okay, let's move ahead. So y minus, so for this, let's find out the q's point. So it will be what? So x will be what? Mx. So it will be 3 upon 1 plus m, and my y will be what? 3m upon 1 plus m. So it will become what? Y minus 3m. So I'll just bring it directly there. So 3m plus 1 plus m, and then the slope. What will be the slope of this L2 line? Okay, so this is minus of 3. It is given to us. Okay, clear? So minus 3 into x plus minus 3 into the point. So minus 3 into point. So it will become what? 9 plus 1 upon m. I hope everything is clear so far. So this will become what? Minus of 3x plus 3m plus 9 upon 1 plus m. So now these two lines L1 and L2, they are intersecting at h comma k, or r. So let's find out the intersection point here. So my h, so to find out the h, what will I do is I'll just equate these two equations. When I equate these two equations, what do I get? Twice of x minus, I'll take m minus 2 upon 1 plus m here. This is equal to minus of 3x plus 3m plus 9 upon 1 plus m. When I solve it, what do I get? 5 of x is equal to 3m plus 9 minus of m plus 2 upon 1 plus m. So this will get intersected. So finally this will get cut. So finally what will I have? I'll have twice of m plus 11 upon 1 plus 11 as 5 of, instead of writing x, I'll write h, because 8 is, so see, x is what? My intersection point. Eventually what is that? This is h. So I'll write h. So this is my first thing. Similarly for y, what will I do? I'll just put this x ka value here. So when I do that, I'm doing it here. So as you can see, y is equal to twice of, instead of x, what I'll be writing here? This value. Twice of m plus 11 upon 1 plus m by 5 minus, it will be plus of m minus 2 upon 1 plus m. Clear? So I can take 1 by 5 of 1 by m as LCM. So what do I get? I get 4 times m plus 22 plus 5m minus 10. Finally this would be what? Y will be equal to 9 of m minus plus of 12 upon 5 1 plus m. Here, now this is your, actually y is what? Basically k. So this is your k. Here, now what you need to do is you simply need to eliminate m, because see what, if you remember the third step was you write the constraint in mathematical form, and then what you can do is you can just replace or eliminate the variables. Now if you look at this question, it says as L varies. So if L varies, what does that mean? That means M would also vary. If M varies, you can just replace the M, eliminate M. So what I'll do is I'll just do the question here. So for that I'll be just erasing this part. Okay, eliminating. Okay, so if I want to eliminate, so from here I can clearly write, if I try to divide, no, this would not happen, dividing would not work here, certainly. Then what I can do is, because it's in linear terms, so I can write M in terms of H and K. So let's do that. So when I do that, so it becomes what, 5 times K, 5K, 5K plus 5Km is equal to 9M plus 12. So my M will be what, 12 minus 5K, 12 minus 5K upon 5K minus 9. Got it? This is my M. Similarly from here, if I want to eliminate M, so this will be what, 5H here, 5H plus 5HM is equal to twice of M plus 11. So from here, if I want to write H, your M in terms of H, this will be what, it will come here. So I have this 5 of H minus 2 and 11 minus 5 of H. This is one, and this is your second expression here. Now you can just equate both the M's here. That's it. This is the simplest thing you can do. Okay, so let's do this. So this is equal to what, 5H minus 2. Okay, so let's equate. So 11 minus 5 of H upon 5 of H minus 2. When we do that, let's cross multiply everything. So it becomes 60H 12, 60H minus 24 minus 25HK plus 10 times K is equal to your 55K. Then you have minus of 25HK. Then you have finally minus 99 and plus 45H here. Now see, this HK term, these are cancelled out. So finally what do I have? 45H, so it will come here. So I have 15 of H. Very good. Okay, then we have got 10K, and this is 55K, so it will be what, 45K. Clear? And so H term is over, K terms are over, and then we have got 24. Okay, so it will be minus 99 if I bring it here. So what do I get? 99 minus 24, we get 75 is equal to 0. As you can see, in this 15 is common. So finally I have got H minus 3K plus 5 is equal to 0. You can replace H and K, and finally your answer will be X minus price of Y plus 5 is equal to 0. So this is your answer. Correct? So this is the very same answer what Adya got. So this is approach number 1, which I somehow find it's a bit lengthy. Okay, so second approach, what exactly we can solve this question? How exactly we can solve this question? So that's how I wanted to solve this question. Since I know this is the point H comma K, correct? The intersection point whose locus needs to be found. So for that, this is H comma K. I know this L1 and L2 both. L1 and L2 both are, so we know the slope. Okay, so we know the slope and we know the point from where it passes through. So I can write these L1 and L2 equation in this form. See, So my L1 will be what? Y minus k is equal to L1 slope is what? 2. So 2 into x minus h. And another my L2, so my this L2 would be y minus k is equal to slope will be what here? Minus 3 x minus h. So I know L1 and I know L2. So these are the equations. Now this line is luckily passing from this line. Y is equal to mx, correct? Yes or no? This line is intersecting y is equal to mx, yes or no? Right? Let's do that. Let's put y is equal to mx in that. But when you do that, you get these 2 points. Or another way, another approach. So if you do that, you will find this point and this point separately. Now what you can do is you can just satisfy these 2 points here, x plus y is equal to 1, and the another point at x plus y is equal to 3, and you get the condition and you got the answer. That's it. Second approach, so second step can be changed as well. So this L1 is intersecting this line, x plus y is equal to 1, so you can find the intersection point. Similarly, you can find the intersection point for L2 also, so Q. Now luckily P and Q both are lying on y is equal to mx, correct? So you can calculate the slope, and for P and Q the slope would be equal because they are lying on one line, correct, passing from the origin. So this is the second approach. In that you can just change the step a bit, that's it. So I really like this approach as compared to this approach. This approach is a bit lengthier, I find, and this approach is very much similar to what we have studied so far. We give h comma k to the point whose locus to be found, and then we start solving. Then we write down the constraint in mathematical form, then we eliminate the variable. That's it. Okay, so I guess it's already more than 1.5 hours, so we'll just close our class here. And I thank you all for being there and taking interest in this session. And this is one session, one fun day series I have started on Unacademy, on Unacademy application, and you can just go to your Unacademy special classes and you will find my fun day series there. You can just come there and start attending these classes, and these classes from next week onwards, these classes will be daily. Okay, so if you have liked this class, do share it with your friend, like it, and hit the bell icon so that if at all I take any classes in future on this channel, you get a notification. And you can use this code NK001 to subscribe Unacademy Plus or Iconic subscription, and you get 10% off. Okay, thank you all. I'll see you tomorrow with further topics and further question on straight lines. Bye bye guys, take care.